I'm now going to show you how to create a function block diagram. Now, a function block diagram, this is an alternative language you can use when you are working with Logix or Studio 5000. It's perfect for analog and process control applications, but it can also be used for other applications, including logical, and it is extremely flexible and versatile. The sheet of an FBD, it looks a bit like a map reference where you have letters across the top and numbers down the side. The routine is where you create your logic, where you create your actual routine, the actual program you want to write. What do you use? It consists of sheets. You put your instructions and devices onto a sheet and connect them together. You have instructions, you have tags and parameters, you configure everything to your preference. There are many instructions, just like in ladder. They are different and they are specifically designed for function block diagrams. You have input and output references where you can attach input tags and output tags. You have wires where you connect your devices and instructions together. They can be analog or Boolean. You also have wire connectors. These are used to connect from one location to another without actually physically connecting them with wires, sometimes called a hot link. And the FBD will fully integrate with all the other languages used in Logix 5000. You can configure the size of the sheets if you so wish. Tags are automatically created at program scope when you put in there a function block instruction. You can change that if you so wish. This is what it looks like when you create a function block diagram. You create the type, which in this case is function block diagram, and you give it a name. When it's created, it is visible in your controller organizer. When you open it, this is what you will see. You can see the grid reference where you have letters across the top, A, B, C, D, etc., or 1, 2, 3. You can add a sheet. You can have as many sheets as you like in a function block diagram. You can show or hide the grid. You have an instruction toolbar just like you do in ladder. The instructions are, however, different. You have tabs with various types of instructions. You can give the sheet a name if you so wish. This is sheet 1. So now we are actually going to program a function block diagram. Thank you. Now we're going to program a function block diagram, and I can explain even further exactly how it works. You just create it as a routine like you would any other routine. You right click on the program, select new routine, select function block diagram, which is already selected, but you do have other options such as SFCs and ladder and structured text. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call it FBD demo. Then I say OK. There it is. It's visible in your controller organizer. I'm now going to open that routine. So there is the routine, and as you can see, you have an instruction toolbar with various tabs and categories, such as process and drives and one or two other. You have filters, you have statistical, you have alarms. There are lots of them. And along the top, this is where you see your various instructions. And you select whichever instruction you want to use, and you insert them into the sheet of your diagram. Now here we have one sheet, and as you can see, you have references A, B, C, D, E, and 1, 2, 3, 4 down the side and along the top. And here you create a new sheet. Here you can delete a sheet. The arrows tell you you can go to the next sheet or the previous sheet. You can hide the grid or select the grid. You can give the sheet a name. Now, there are no limits to the number of sheets you have. If you look on the instruction toolbar, you will see an input reference, output reference, an input connector, and an output connector. Now, they look very similar. The only difference is the wire connectors are rounded and the output and input references are flat along the back. But it is still quite easy to get them mixed up, so just be careful of that when you are programming them. So I hope that's helped you and you now know how to create a function block diagram. In the next lesson, we should be actually doing some programming within this diagram.